So, after Latin, it's time for us to notice some of the switch-ups and anomalies in this schedule. You'll notice that you have Latin every day. On Monday, it'll be after writing with skill, Tuesday after writing with skill, Wednesday after writing with skill, but Thursday is that funny day when Mr. Schaefer cannot come until later. He can't be here until after 1 o'clock. So because of that, we will flip and do astronomy on Thursday first, followed by PE, and then get to our Latin. Friday, Latin is in its usual spot. So after Latin comes the next period, which on Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be history, and on Tuesday, Thursday will be PE. So let's talk about those. For history, again, because I get to keep you for 2 years in a row, we are going to do 2 different eras of history, and they come from this Story of the World curriculum by Susan Wise Bowers. It's wonderful. This teaches history really literally like it's a story, which it is, isn't it? We will study the ancients 1 year, all the way to the height of the Roman Empire, and then pick up with the fall of the Rome and go all the way through the medieval times to the Reformation and Queen Elizabeth I for our second second book of history. So history is taught like this. We will do 1 chapter from the book each week. Sometimes the chapters are super short, and so I might double up and do two chapters in 1 week, but essentially on Monday you will be taking notes for the new information on history, and I will teach a lecture from this book, and all of the important things that you need to memorize and know for the test, I will write them on the whiteboard. So you are participating in the lecture through discussion and also through writing down all of the information that I put on the board. You will write it down in your history spiral notebook, and from that you will study. My recommendation is that on Monday, after we take notes, it won't be all of the notes on Monday, that you begin to review those notes. You can circle the words of people's names and places and dates, the names of wars and what have you, kings and queens. Those names will often show up on the test, and they are very important. So highlight your notes, circle the important things, and practice by asking yourself questions or getting a friend or a parent to quiz you. Who is Hammurabi? What is Hammurabi's code? Or backwards, what code did what else could we do? Like, what was the one thing that Hammurabi was known for? Or why was Hammurabi known as a just leader? You could answer, well, he created a code of laws, Hammurabi's code. So asking questions forward and asking them backwards to retrieve those names are wonderful ways to practice. On Wednesday, when we're back in history, we will have more notes and complete the notes for the week. After Wednesday, your job is to just study, study, study. History is one of the funnest classes that we get to do. It's just so interesting and fun to know all of these things. We will fill in our timeline around the classroom. Sometimes we will act things out. Most of the time we will just be taking notes and discussing those eras of history and those major kingdoms that rise and fall. But the tests will be every single Friday. You will take a test. And it won't take very long to complete that test, which is good because we want to use that time for other things. But you will take a test, and the test will be true and false questions. The test will be fill in the blank with a missing word questions, and possibly some short answer, and definitely multiple choice. Pick A, B, C, or D, which is the right answer. So it's important to read those questions thoroughly and to really review the notes that you are writing in your notebook often so that you're prepared for those tests. Okay, so that's history. At that same time period, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will go to gym class. Again, hopefully outside, so you can take your masks off and run around. Some gym classes, most gym classes, you will probably have your mask off, but listen to your teacher. She will tell you, Mrs. Baker will tell you when you need to have your mask on. It'll be a lot of action and running around, and I think it'll be fantastic, a great way to sort of get our body moving since our brains have been working so hard. So Tuesdays and Thursdays will be gym class, PE. So Friday will be a special day. We have history, But once we have finished our history test on Friday, we will spend the rest of that class time doing art. Art is so important. It's an opportunity for us to recognize and appreciate cultural elements from the history time that we do, or to play with elements from the science that we are learning about. It is also an opportunity for us to create and express our individuality, which is wonderful. It's a wonderful opportunity. I have come to understand, the older that I get, that we cannot just be a society that consumes. We must have an opportunity to create and produce. So art is one of those opportunities to create, and we have so much fun in art.